I was sitting on the bed at night thinking about Jungkook. Our marriage anniversary is coming. What should I do? Celebrate outside or inside the house? Suddenly someone entered. Why ain't your phone is ringing? He said as he nodded, answering the call. Hello? YN, I missed you. Oma, I missed you too. How are you? I'm good. How are you living with your husband? When are you coming to meet your mom? I'm happy with my husband. You know how we got arranged marriage. It takes time to settle. I was busy so I couldn't come. But I was thinking to come tomorrow to meet you. It's been a long time. Come with your husband tomorrow as your father wanted to see you both as well as me. Of course, mom. Take care. You ended the call. I ended the call keeping my phone on charge. I must ask Jungkook if he's free tomorrow to come with me to my parents' house. I hope he doesn't have work. You thought as he turned towards you. Jungkook, are you free tomorrow? My parents asked us to come to meet them together. You asked, looking at him. Sorry, YN, tomorrow I have an important meeting, he said as he nodded sadly. I wanted to meet my parents with Jungkook, but I must go alone now. He is cold but caring. I went to the closet to choose what to wear tomorrow. Suddenly, YN, now I got a message that my meeting for tomorrow is cancelled, so I'll come with you tomorrow to your parents' home, he said as he smiled happily. Thankfully, it got cancelled. Now I'll go with Jungkook tomorrow. I did my night routine, set a bed, and laid on it. I slept while thinking about tomorrow. Next morning, I woke up early as I was excited to go to my parents' house. I finished making breakfast as Jungkook came down. I sat next to him and we started to eat. Jungkook, as we are having lunch at my parents' house, I made your coffee now as you always drink it in the afternoon, you said as he nodded. As I was little excited meeting my parents, I was clumsy and sauce on my lips. I got a tissue and wiped it, but I couldn't find it. Suddenly, Jungkook touched my hand. I melted in his touch. He slowly took the napkin from my hand and moved my head closer to him and wiped the sauce on my lips generally. I froze on my place as he finished wiping it. I couldn't say anything as I was blushing hardly. What's up with him? He's making my heart to beat faster. We finished our breakfast. Jungkook was working on his laptop and I was impatiently waiting for afternoon to come. I'm happy to meet my parents, but extra happy I'm going with Jungkook. As time passed, afternoon came. We got ready and arrived at our parents' house. As we greeted each other, I was so happy to see my parents after a long time. I'm so happy to see you coming with Jungkook, she said, hugging you tightly. Vayan, I was little worried as you got arranged marriage, but seeing you both together happy made us happy too, she said, smiling. Enough of talking, let us have lunch together, he said as everyone nodded, going towards the dining table. We were talking for a long time as we forgot about time. Thankfully, Dad said. We walked towards the dining table as we sat serving the food. The food was looking so delicious. Oma, I missed your food, you said as everyone smiled while eating. After eating, we talked for hours. It was time to leave. I hugged my parents, telling me that I visit them daily. As Jungkook nodded, we left the house. We arrived home. Jungkook sat on the couch, turning on the TV. I was about to go to room, but suddenly doorbell rang. I walked towards the door and opened it to see Jungkook. Jungkook sir, I'm a new employee. You have asked to bring an important file to sign at your house, so I came, she said while blinking at him. Now why did she blink at him? She's the employee but staring at my husband. Jungkook took the file from her hand and was signing the file. But why is she clinging on him? I'm so jealous. Okay, I finished signing the file. Submit it to my secretary. He will handle it, he said while giving the file, but Jungkook got up from the couch as he gave the file to her. She was about to go, but she fell on Jungkook purposely. How does she? I will teach her a lesson. But Jungkook pushed her as she fell on the floor. He came towards me, kissing me aggressively without giving me to proceed. He was making my lip to bleed. You are fired as you are clumsy and careless. Most important, cringy to your boss. Get lost, he shouted as she left the house crying. As she left the house, I was sacrificed by his action as he walked towards me, kissing me again. I melted in his kiss. As days passed, our anniversary arrived. He blindfolded me, taking me somewhere. Finally, as he opened it, I saw how he decorated everything by his own hand. Vayan, I was unsure about our marriage, but after understanding you while living with you, I started to fall for you. I love you, Vayan, he said, kissing your hand. I love you too, Jungkook, you said as he kissed you deeply.